When Elit Mazar realized she discovered an ancient structure near Jerusalem, she turned to the Bible to help explain what she found, and she learned that this new discovery supports the biblical accounts of King David and his son Solomon. King Solomon is an intriguing figure because the Bible makes so many claims about him controlling vast amounts of territory, with a reputation for unparalleled wisdom that settled disputes with clarity and the grandeur of the majestic temple gracing Jerusalem's skyline. King Solomon's legacy echoes through the ages. Now, in a breathtaking twist that has captivated scholars worldwide, a team of Israeli archaeologists has recently unearthed the long-lost tomb of this legendary king. What secrets did this celebrated king take to his grave, and what astonishing artifacts lay hidden within its hallowed chambers? Join us as we delve into the mysterious depths of history as archaeologists opened King Solomon's tomb after 3,000 years, and what they found inside shocked the world. A historic discovery, the long-lost tomb of King Solomon, the legendary biblical figure celebrated for his immense wealth and wisdom, has been a subject of debate for decades. Many skeptics claimed the tomb was nothing but a myth since no one had successfully found it. However, fate had other plans. A team of scientists and archaeologists led by Elit Mazar from the Hebrew University of Jerusalem made an astonishing discovery. They found the location of Solomon's tomb in the city of David. To solidify the credibility of this discovery, it is worth noting that this wasn't Dr. Mazar's first archaeological find. In 1986, she made a monumental archaeological discovery, a large gatehouse located about 150 meters north of the city of David in the Ophel area. At that time, Dr. Mazar didn't have enough evidence to attribute the gatehouse to King Solomon and refrained from making such claims. In 2009, Dr. Mazar resumed her excavations at the Ophel site. Everywhere she dug, layers from the First Temple period were uncovered, revealing a treasure trove of historical insights. With these discoveries, she revisited the dating of the gatehouse. The fresh evidence led her to conclude that the gatehouse likely dated back to the 10th century BC during the reign of King Solomon. Why should we trust Dr. Mazar's findings? Dr. Mazar was a brilliant scientist who placed immense value on the scientific method. One of her favorite sayings was, "We must let the stones speak." American lawyer Herschel Shanks, in a 2007 article for Biblical Archaeology Review, emphasized her expertise, stating that no one would question her professional competence as an archaeologist. Dr. Mazar was often seen as a biblical scientist skillfully blending biblical narratives with her scientific research. Unlike many of her contemporaries, she had no reservations about integrating the Bible into her work. This approach set her apart in a field where science and religion often seem at odds. Among the many artifacts found at the site, over 30 bulli were discovered. One of them attracted our special attention. One of these particularly captivated her. Dr. Mazar's excitement and dedication to her work were evident, contrasting with the typical skepticism towards combining science and religion. Her profound expertise in archaeology played a crucial role in this significant discovery. What makes this discovery even more astonishing is that the team wasn't even looking for Solomon's tomb. Instead, they were searching for something much larger. Mazar and her team were excavating the oldest part of Jerusalem, hoping to find King David's palace. During their work, they uncovered a massive wall segment about 2,110 feet long, known in Arabic as the Cave of the Kings. What is this place? What is its purpose? Who built it and why? The archaeologists were eager to find out. The segment they uncovered included a gatehouse, a corner tower, and a royal structure. The archaeologists were stunned by the wall size, suspecting it might be part of an even grander building like a temple or a palace. They were thrilled at the possibility that this structure was connected to King Solomon's reign. Radiocarbon dating indicated that the site was from the period when King Solomon ruled. Dr. Mazar noted that this was the first time they had found a structure from that era that could match the descriptions of King Solomon's buildings in Jerusalem. But could this have been built by another king and not Solomon? Dr. Mazar explained that there weren't many kings from the 10th century who could have built such a structure. Essentially, it could only have been David or Solomon. According to the Bible, King David, known for his battle with Goliath, was the father of King Solomon, who is credited with constructing the first temple of Jerusalem on the Temple Mount. Ceramics discovered near the wall helped date the structure to the second half of the 10th century BC, which was the era of King Solomon. Near the gatehouse, they found large earthen and water storage vessels, one of which bore a Hebrew inscription indicating it belonged to a high-ranking government official. Other finds included figurines typical of 10th century BC Jerusalem, such as four-legged animals and large-breasted women likely symbolizing fertility. Moreover, archaeologists found jar handles with inscriptions mentioning the king and various Hebrew names. This makes the discovery even more fascinating and important. The historical and archaeological value of these finds cannot be overstated, as they provide a deeper understanding of the period and its people. For archaeologists, uncovering King Solomon's temple has long been a monumental goal. The recent discovery of a wall segment in Jerusalem's ancient Ophel area marks a historic breakthrough. Ophel, one of the city's oldest districts, is believed to have been the site of King David's palace. This finding adds fresh layers to our understanding of the region's past, connecting it firmly to biblical narratives that mention King Solomon, the illustrious ruler of ancient Israel, being laid to rest in the city of David. This discovery carries profound implications as it supports the biblical portrayal of Solomon as a powerful king overseeing a significant kingdom, challenging previous views that diminished his role to that of a minor tribal leader. The city of David, named after Solomon's father King David, is considered the oldest part of Jerusalem, situated just south of the present-day Old City. This area holds historical significance, as it is believed to be where King David established his capital after capturing Jerusalem from the Jebusites. Extensive archaeological excavations in this area have unearthed numerous ancient structures and artifacts that shed light on Jerusalem's early history. The city of David, also known as Wadi Hilwa, is an archaeological site seen as the original nucleus of ancient Jerusalem during the Bronze and Iron Ages. Located on the southern part of Jerusalem's eastern ridge, it lies between the Kidron Valley to the west and the Tyropoeon Valley to the east, south of the Temple Mount. The site features remnants dating back to the Middle Bronze Age, including defensive structures around the Gin Spring. Notable discoveries include large stone buildings and steep stone formations from the Iron Age, sparking scholarly debates about their possible connection to King David or a later era. One of the remarkable discoveries in the city of David is the Solomon Tunnel, also known as Hezekiah's Tunnel. This ancient engineering marvel was constructed to bring water into the city, showcasing the advanced skills of Jerusalem's ancient inhabitants. Originally attributed to Hezekiah, recent excavations suggest it may be even older. Alongside this tunnel, archaeologists have unearthed Roman-era remains, such as the Pool of Siloam and the Struthian Street. Today, these excavated areas are part of Jerusalem Walls National Park, managed by the Israel Nature and Parks Authority and operated by the Ir David Foundation, situated in Wadi Hilwa, an extension of the Palestinian neighborhood of Silwan in East Jerusalem adjacent to an Israeli settlement. This park is a significant archaeological site. Another significant discovery is a large stone structure believed by some to be the remains of King David's palace. If this massive building is indeed connected to David and Solomon, it underscores the city of David's historical importance as a center of power and administration during their reigns. Despite recent groundbreaking discoveries and significant artifacts found, previous archaeologists struggled to definitively locate any royal tombs belonging to Solomon or his successors. There are several reasons why the tombs of ancient Israelite rulers such as Solomon have not been found. One possible reason is that the city of David is vast and not all parts have been thoroughly excavated in previous efforts. Another possibility is that, over the centuries of Jerusalem's turbulent history, including wars and invasions, these tombs may have been destroyed or severely damaged as a result. Ancient structures could have been buried beneath later constructions. However, these challenges did not deter archaeologists from pursuing the search for these royal tombs. They recognized the profound significance such discoveries would have in shedding light on the rulers of ancient Israel and their burial practices. Uncovering these tombs would offer critical insights into that era's governance and cultural customs, enriching our understanding of ancient Israelite society. Nevertheless, The discoveries made within the city of David have been invaluable. They have allowed archaeologists and scientists to piece together the history of Jerusalem and the daily lives of its inhabitants during the United Monarchy period. Each new find has expanded our knowledge and provided clarity about the past, offering glimpses into the rich tapestry of ancient Israelite civilization. The mysteries of Solomon's tomb. Before Dr. Mazar's groundbreaking discovery, numerous speculations swirled about where Solomon's tomb might lie. Some speculated that it rested beneath the Temple Mount, a site revered by Judaism, Christianity, and Islam alike, known as Haram al-Sharif in Islam. This noble sanctuary is where Prophet Muhammad's celestial night journey mounted on a winged horse is believed to have occurred, an event commemorated by the Dome of the Rock, an architectural marvel of Islam. Over the centuries, the Temple Mount has been the focus of reverence and conflict, with ancient structures now hidden under the modern landscape. Such a tumultuous history poses challenges to discovering any artifacts linked to Solomon. Nonetheless, many scholars remain adamant that they may one day unearth the tomb. They assert that Jerusalem still holds numerous archaeological secrets waiting to be revealed. In the 12th century, Crusader sources claim to have found King Solomon's tomb at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. There, a sepulchre contained a black stone coffin supposedly belonging to Solomon. In 1830, a traveler named R.H. Latham visited a site known as the Tomb of David, situated on Mount Zion, suggesting this as the final resting place of King Solomon. While various claims have emerged over the years, these assertions lacked sufficient evidence, fueling skepticism among historians and archaeologists. However, Mazar's recent findings breathed new life into the search for King Solomon's tomb, providing tangible evidence linked to biblical narratives and ancient texts. As Dr. Mazar continues her research, the archaeological community eagerly awaits further developments, hoping for more insights into the enigmatic figure of King Solomon and his remarkable legacy. What happened to the artifacts found within the tomb? Since its discovery, the burial site has become a focal point for exploration and research. Dr. Mazar's team faced intense scrutiny as they meticulously documented their findings. Some artifacts are still being analyzed, while others have been placed on display in museums across Israel, captivating visitors and scholars alike. The unearthed treasures continue to inspire countless discussions regarding their historical significance and the broader implications for biblical archaeology. Many believe these artifacts hold the potential to revolutionize our understanding of King Solomon's reign and the dynamics of ancient Jerusalem. Archaeologists hope that further excavations in the city of David may unveil more treasures connected to Solomon's lineage, enabling scholars to bridge the gap between historical narratives and archaeological evidence. The discoveries made by Dr. Mazar and her team serve as a powerful reminder of the remarkable richness of Jerusalem's ancient history. They underscore the vital role archaeology plays in illuminating the past and reconnecting us with the legends that shaped our cultural heritage. Mount Zion is not accurate in reality. King David's burial place lies in the southeastern part of Jerusalem's Old City, south of the Temple Mount, known today as the City of David. According to 1 Kings 2 verse 10 in the Bible, King David died and was laid to rest in the City of David. The text also notes David's reign over Israel for 40 years, encompassing 7 years in Hebron and 33 years in Jerusalem. Following David's passing, Solomon succeeded his father on the throne and established his rule. Despite this, Zion historically refers to ancient Jerusalem. During the Middle Ages, Byzantine pilgrims mistakenly identified the hill south of today's Old City's Armenian quarter as part of ancient Jerusalem and named it Mount Zion. The city David conquered was situated on a lower hill to the south of the Temple Mount. This hill was originally the Jebusite city, which became King David's capital and encompassed the entirety of Jerusalem for more than 200 years. Over time, the city expanded westward to include what is now known as Mount Zion. Over centuries, the mistaken belief that King David was buried on Mount Zion persisted. During the 2nd century CE, Jerusalem suffered destruction. Jews were exiled, and knowledge of King David's actual tomb location faded. The Bible offers an initial clue. It states that King David, along with his son Solomon and subsequent kings of Judah for the next 150 years, were interred in the city of David, likely a part of today's city of David. In 1913, French archaeologist Raymond W. excavated what he thought could be tombs in Jerusalem's city of David, potentially the royal burial place of the earliest Old Testament kings. Some scholars disputed W.'s findings, but archaeologist Jeff Zor's analysis suggests W. might have been correct. Despite the long-standing belief dating back to the 1st century CE, historian Josephus that King David's tomb lay on Mount Zion. Earlier biblical references point to David and other kings of that era being buried near the southern reaches of the city of David in ancient Jerusalem, where precisely Jeff Zor posits we might already have the answer. He suggests that 2 quarry tunnels in the city of David might have once housed the remains of ancient Jerusalem's earliest Old Testament kings. In the 19th century, diplomat Charles Claremont Gone proposed that the curved path of Hezekiah's tunnel towards its southern end was designed to avoid disturbing the burial grounds of these ancient kings. Starting in 1913, Raymond W. oversaw excavations on Baron Rothschild's City of David property, continuing in 1914 and again from 1923 to 1924. Despite later quarrying that disturbed the area, W. uncovered ancient walls, ritual pools, cisterns, and a circular tower now thought to be a columbarium. Most significantly, he identified 9 rock-cut features as tombs, interpreting the most prominent ones, labeled T1 and T3, as part of the royal necropolis of the Old Testament kings of ancient Jerusalem. After hearing all these fascinating theories, some people think Solomon's tomb was purposefully hidden to keep it safe from thieves and invaders. This was a common practice for royal burials in ancient times. Some theories even suggest that Solomon's tomb could be in a more secretive spot, perhaps outside the traditional city of David due to political or religious issues during chaotic periods. For example, there's the legendary Seal of Solomon, also called the Ring of Solomon. According to medieval mystical traditions, this famous ring is said to have belonged to King Solomon. It's often shown as a pentagram or hexagram and is believed to have given Solomon the power to control supernatural beings and talk to animals. The earliest mentions of Solomon's seal come from Jewish traditions. The 1st century Jewish historian Josephus first mentioned it, and it's also referenced in the 3rd century Jewish magical text Sefer Harazim and in a section of the tractate Gone within the Babylonian Talmud. Now the tomb of the kings in Jerusalem is finally open to the public. Medieval Europeans thought this site held the burials of King David and King Solomon. Although this theory has been proven wrong, the name still sticks. The tombs were originally built in the 1st century CE and were reused for many years. French archaeologist Louis Félicien Doyer was the first to excavate the site in 1863. He aimed to confirm that these tombs belonged to David and Solomon. This dig is considered by some to be the first modern archaeological excavation in Jerusalem. During his work, Doyer found several coffins. One of these coffins, now in the Louvre Museum in Paris, has 2 lines of Aramaic inscribed on it, reading Sada the Queen and Sada the Queen. This rich history, filled with legends and discoveries, makes the story of Solomon's tomb a captivating tale. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. In the dimly lit chamber draped in shadows of antiquity, King Solomon's regal remains lay undisturbed for millennia. Dr. Jonathan Hayes, a renowned archaeologist, examined the corpse, his breath misting in the ancient air as Hayes and his team gazed upon the artifacts in King Solomon's tomb. After 3,000 years, what they found inside shocked the world. The king's crown, adorned with sapphires that shimmered faintly even after centuries, rested atop his weathered skull. Hayes carefully brushed away dust, revealing intricate carvings depicting Solomon's legendary wisdom and victories. As the archaeologist examined the royal scepter, a whisper of awe filled the tomb. The walls lined with scrolls that were thought to have been lost to time told tales of alliances and conquests that reshaped ancient lands. One scroll, remarkably preserved, bore Solomon's own musings on justice and governance, written in a script both elegant and enigmatic. Hayes's heart raced with the weight of history unfolding before him. Could these artifacts rewrite our understanding of Solomon's reign? Each artifact, from golden artifacts to ancient coins, held clues to an era steeped in mystery and power. The discovery promised to reveal more than just Solomon's legacy, shedding light on the complex history of long-lost ancient kingdoms. As Hayes pondered the implications, a question echoed in his mind. What other secrets lie buried beneath the sands of time, waiting to be unearthed? Insights from ancient artifacts. In addition to theories and speculations, certain artifacts discovered in the city of David offer intriguing hints about the possible location of King Solomon's tomb. Among these artifacts are bulli and seals inscribed with names from biblical times dating back to Solomon's era. These discoveries provide captivating clues that point towards where his burial place might be. A bulla is a small token made of clay or soft metal, historically used for authentication and to ensure documents could not be tampered with. During ancient times, from 8000 to 7500 BCE, farmers in Sumer used small clay tokens to keep track of their animals and goods. As time passed, they found it more useful to mark these tokens on clay tablets, which eventually led to the creation of cuneiform writing around 3100 BC. The earliest tokens were discovered in the Zagros region of Iran, and later on, similar seals made of metal were called bulli. Most of these seals were made of lead, although some were even crafted from gold, as seen in seals used by Byzantine and Holy Roman emperors as well as other monarchs during the Middle Ages. In recent archaeological discoveries, a team excavating a small site in Israel uncovered 6 official clay seals. The unearthed artifacts indicate that this region was not just a remote outpost, but a central hub of governance and trade. The intricate carvings found on these relics suggest a sophisticated society with highly skilled craftsmen and advanced artistic techniques. The discovery of royal seals and official documents further implies a well-organized bureaucracy that efficiently managed the kingdom's affairs. If King Solomon's tomb is indeed discovered, it would not only confirm the accounts in biblical texts but also illuminate the splendor and authority of the ancient Israelite monarchy. The archaeological significance of such a find cannot be overstated, as it would offer invaluable insights into the political, social, and religious dynamics of that era. Historians and scholars from around the world would undoubtedly flock to the site to study and analyze these discoveries, hoping to unveil more secrets from the past. Nevertheless, the quest to locate King Solomon's tomb faces numerous challenges. The rugged terrain and ongoing political instability in the region present obstacles to archaeological exploration. Local conflicts and territorial disputes may further complicate the process, hindering researchers from conducting thorough investigations. Moreover, the sheer scale of the task, searching for a single tomb in a vast and ancient landscape, requires meticulous planning and precision to ensure success. Despite these challenges and the passage of time, the quest to uncover Solomon's tomb continues to fascinate those intrigued by Jerusalem's rich history. From the Tomb of the Kings, once a place of royal burials, to the discoveries of artifacts and seals within the city of David, the search for the legendary ruler's final resting place remains an enduring fascination. Recent archaeological findings within the sacred grounds of the city of David have caused a stir among scholars. These small yet significant artifacts, such as historic seals and clay impressions, bear the names of biblical kings long considered mythical. They have revitalized the study of ancient Israelite history, challenging long-standing doubts about Solomon's legacy, fact or fiction. Despite the remarkable discoveries, controversies persist regarding the existence of figures such as David and Solomon. For example, excavators assert they have unearthed Solomon's stables at Megiddo, a site linked to the biblical narrative of Armageddon. According to the Bible, Megiddo and 2 other cities housed horses and chariots for Solomon's legendary cavalry. However, further excavations yielded no horse bones or clear evidence of such stables, casting doubt on these claims. In parallel searches, researchers have sought Solomon's renowned mines, crucial for procuring materials to build the first temple. Many attempts have yielded little, yet a 2017 study identified extensive ancient copper mining in nearby Jordan, dating to a period aligning with Solomon's reign. If Israel controlled this area, then it could have been a vital source of minerals and wealth. Beyond archaeological endeavors, Biblical history has scrutinized traditional accounts of Solomon. The text includes extraordinary claims, such as Solomon having 700 wives and 300 concubines over his lifetime, a number that stretches reality. One of these wives purportedly was the pharaoh's daughter, yet Egyptian records do not confirm such a union. Scholars suggest Egyptian pharaohs were cautious about marrying off their daughters, fearing political repercussions. However, one of the most questionable assertions, according to critics, is that Solomon possessed an impressive 1,400 chariots, implying a military force capable of competing with other major civilizations. Despite the absence of tangible evidence for Solomon's stables, an inscription commemorating a military victory and references in the Bible assert that the Egyptian pharaoh Shishak invaded Israel, ransacked Jerusalem, and plundered all the treasures from the First Temple just 5 years after Solomon's death. The rapidity of this conquest suggests an effortless triumph, which raises doubts about the true military prowess of the ancient Israeli kingdom during that era. Such grandiose claims have led some scholars of biblical history to propose that the legendary strength attributed to Solomon was possibly exaggerated by historians many centuries later, aiming to elevate their civilization to the stature of other renowned kingdoms. How do you think the discovery of Solomon's tomb could reshape our understanding of ancient history and biblical narratives? Let us know your opinions in the comments below.